Week 45. This video, as always, is partly my accountability, partly what I'm doing in the future weeks, but a big part of this video is some news about some changes that are going to be happening fairly soon. So I hope you enjoy, and I can't stop grinning. So watch the video. My name is Mark and I'm here to help you live a better, healthier life. My goal is to help as many people as I can get into shape and improve their quality of life. Now, if this is the first time watching these videos and you want to learn more about practical and effective ways to improve your health and fitness, or if you're just interested in knowing more about nutrition and fitness, start now by hitting the subscription button and the notification button so you don't miss any of our future videos ever again. And now, without further ado, let's jump right in. So let's start off with the accountability. Last week has been a little bit of a hit and miss. My exercise has been quite good. My diet has been relatively good most days, but I've had a few days where it's not gone quite so well. It's involved a few drinks with both my wife and a friend who visited for the weekend, and enjoyed a little bit too much good food and good eating and all the rest of it. The reasons for seeing some friends will become clear when I start talking about the week ahead. But it's been not too bad. I've seen some friends, I've had a nice, enjoyable time. The diet, like I said, on most days, the diet's been absolutely fine. Veg and protein, a little bit of fat, lower on the carbohydrates. The exercise with the dogs has been quite good. Each morning going out. My wife, who's been off ill with her ill's the wrong word. She's been off sick with her eyesight. She went sort of half blind, and now she can only see with contact lenses in, these special contact lenses. So she was back to work for the first time since February. So she's been off for about 8 months this week. So I made an extra effort to get up early and take the dogs for a walk when she was getting up to go to work, just so that she didn't have the stress of that. So that forced me to get up and do those walks last week, even though it's getting a little bit darker in the mornings and I probably was feeling a little bit less inclined than I have been previously when it's been nice and warm and sunny. The rain's kicked in, so it got so wet that my boots were actually squelching from the inside because my socks were that wet, because the water just ran down my trousers and into my socks and therefore into my boots. So they weren't the most pleasant walks in the world, but I got them done. The food, like I said, for the most part was really quite good. Just with a couple of days that with friends visiting, that I thought to myself, I'm just going to enjoy it. So mostly good, with a couple of planned hiccups along the way. So in terms of the accountability, that last week was not too bad. The exercise was about there. The food was there most days, although I did, like I said, eat and drink too much on the days that we had visitors staying. So all in all, not too bad a week, and I'm already grinning for the next bit. Okay, the week ahead, the bit that I actually can't stop grinning about. I've not said much about plans going forward. With the whole lockdown, travel is something I've not been able to do, and it's something that is, the second love of my life after my missus. So it's been a tough, 18 months or thereabouts for me. I've been going a little bit stir crazy, and I had a fantastic opportunity to essentially work from home, but while abroad. But everything was up in the air in terms of visas and everything else. So it has been quite a challenge, mentally more than physically, over the last few months, in terms of wanting and hoping to go, but not necessarily knowing if we could go. And that all changed last week. We managed to get our visas to go to Indonesia. We've managed to secure quarantine hotels and all of the rest of it. So more importantly, from a kind of home point of view, we've got a house sitter, we've got somewhere who's going to look after the dogs. We've really got to the point now where everything's organised enough to share it with you, which is I'm going to be taking my health and fitness journey away to an island off the coast of Bali for 3 months. So the UK has quite cold, miserable, wet weather, snowy, slushy, all the rest of it. But instead, I'm going to be doing my cardio by scuba diving, off the coast of Bali, and there's a little gym next to where we're staying. So I'm going to be keeping going with my weight and fitness, and basically working in Indonesia for 3 months. Which is going to be fantastic. The other advantage of that is I'm going to be working UK hours, which means I'll be working from 4 p.m. till midnight local time, which means I will actually be able to enjoy some of those activities during the day, and then just need to be back at base to actually get on with my day job, from 4 o'clock onwards. So for me, I can't say how happy I am about the fact that this has all come together. From somebody to look after the house at home, somebody to look after the dogs at home, the cars, all the rest of it. It's one of those things that I don't think I've been this excited ever in my life. I was excited and nervous before I got married, but that was that combination of the two. I'm just pure excited with this one. So we are, actually going abroad for a 3-month period over Christmas and New Year. So in a couple of weeks, so this is a frantic week of getting everything packed and ready to go. This is going to be a week of trying to see a few friends to say goodbye for a few months. And next week we will be, getting on planes and, going to quarantine hotels. It does mean there's going to be some changes. The bit that I've enjoyed setting up in terms of the background, that's going to be a little bit more ad hoc. I'm going to have to learn how to do this videoing on a remote location, so please do bear with me with that. But from my point of view, the food is going to be relatively simple, rices and vegetables and all the rest of it. The exercise is going to change from dog walking to scuba diving, with some weights thrown in there as well, and maybe even some yoga, because there are some yoga studios, and my wife is planning on doing quite a lot, so I may well join in with some of that, all while in a nice location and being warm through the winter months. So the week ahead is mostly about getting ready. It's about packing suitcases. I confess that in this next week, other things might slip as we're focusing on me getting my work sorted in terms of what I'm going to be doing, and making sure there's nothing hanging over my head for when we leave, but also in terms of getting everything ready in terms of the house for the house sitter, and in terms of saying goodbye to a few friends, etc. So it really is one of those things of, this is a week of getting ready. This is a week where things might slip in terms of my fitness regime this week, although my diet shouldn't. But certainly in terms of the extra sessions at the gym, etc., that might suffer a little bit this week, just because I need to focus on work first, packing second, and all those other little bits third. But I am genuinely so excited about the opportunity to work from Indonesia for 3 months. I'm also absolutely loving the fact that I'll be able to travel again and see some of the most wonderful people in the world in Indonesia, because when we were there a couple of years ago before the whole lockdowns, it was one of the most welcoming places I've ever been, and I've traveled quite a lot, and they wanted you to be there. So very much looking forward to that, and meeting up with a few friends that we made then who are still in Indonesia, and being able to do my cardio as scuba diving off a tropical island. I can't tell you how excited I am, and very thankful to the company I work for allowing me to do this. which has been brilliant, is the only word for that. Bordering on awesome, although that's quite often an overused word. But the week ahead is going to be a very busy one. It's all about getting all those bits of document printed off, all the packing done, more importantly, all my work done in terms of getting ready to go, making sure that I'm set for while I'm over there, and all those preparations that need to go in. So it's going to be a very busy and probably quite fraught week this week. But with less than 2 weeks to go before we actually relocate, I cannot wait. So I do apologise now that things will change a little bit in terms of how this looks and works. The videos may well not be quite as good as they are here, but we'll see. I need to actually learn how to use the camera, which could be a challenge. But I will try and throw in some videos of where we are and what we're doing, because it'd be quite nice to share that with you guys, since we are along for a journey. It's a Nerds journey, and the weight loss that I'm hoping this is going to bring, since scuba diving burns about 500 calories per dive, and we're going to be doing 2 or 3 dives most days while we're over there, and that's before I throw in gym or anything else on top of that. So very much looking forward to it. Can't wait to share it with you, and as you can tell, I'm childishly excited. So the next couple of videos will be still set in the UK. After that, we will be away and they will change a little bit. I'll share more as we get closer. And if you've enjoyed this video, if you'd like to follow along, please do smash that like button, hit the subscription button, and I will see you in the next video.